Wrath, the fire that feeds on itself. It doesn't creep, it strikes. Not like a whisper, not like a hunger. Wrath arrives as a flame, small at first, then blinding, then consuming everything you once vowed to protect. The ancients feared wrath, not because it revealed evil, but because it disguised itself as righteousness. A righteous fire, they called it, a divine fury. And yet, every city reduced to ash was born first from a man who thought himself right. This is wrath, but not the kind you boast about. Not a temper lost in traffic, not a shouted insult in the heat of a bad day. The wrath worth fearing is the one that burns slowly, quietly, fed not by outrage, but by a wounded pride too furious to heal. Wrath. Really? You might shrug and say, I'm not angry, I'm just passionate, I'm just standing up for myself. You repost, you rage online, you lash out at ghosts, you carry slights like stones in your pockets, building walls higher, heavier, colder. But let me ask you, when was the last time you burned with anger and ended up stronger, freer, better, instead of smaller, lonelier, hollowed by the heat? You see, wrath isn't just the explosion, it's the slow poisoning that happens after. It's the long decay of trust. It's the fortress you build around your heart, only to realize you're the prisoner inside. Think about it. We live in an age of outrage. Every feed, every screen, every headline begs you to burn, to lash out, to divide, to consume your days with righteous fury. We have made anger a currency. We spend it freely and bankrupt our souls. Wrath has a new face in the 21st century. It hides behind cause and activism. It masks itself in virtue. It wears slogans like armor. But underneath, the same old fire rages. The need to punish, the need to destroy, the need to see someone else bleed for the wounds you refuse to heal yourself. In ancient times, warriors feared wrath more than weapons, not because wrath made you weak, but because it made you blind. They taught, the man who fights in rage loses the battle before it even begins. For when you rage, you are no longer in command. The fire is, and the fire has no loyalty. It will burn you next. What are we running from? Maybe from the humiliation of being hurt. Maybe from the terror of feeling powerless. Maybe from the truth that not every wrong can be righted by our hands. And so we choose wrath, because it feels stronger to strike than to stand still and bleed openly. It's the voice whispering, don't forgive, don't understand, don't wait, destroy. Each time you obey, the flame grows. Each time you lash out, the scar deepens. This is wrath's true cruelty. It tells you you're winning. Even as it rots you from within, it promises you justice, but delivers you ashes. It's ironic. We glorify rebellion. We romanticize rage. We sing anthems to vengeance. And yet wrath still thrives, feeding on our broken relationships, our isolated cities, our hollow victories. We dream of strength, yet give away our strength to whatever angers us fastest. We say we want peace, yet we sharpen our tongues like swords. Wrath has made us allergic to mercy, because in mercy we would have to lay down our weapons. We would have to admit that burning the world won't heal the wound inside. Here's the brutal truth. Wrath is not strength. Wrath is the imitation of strength. True strength can bleed without becoming cruel. True strength can hurt without seeking to destroy. Wrath cannot. Wrath demands that if you suffer, then the whole world must suffer with you. So how do you break the chain? How do you stop the fire from becoming your only language? The answer is not suppression, it's transmutation. You don't kill your anger. You forge it. You command it. You make it fuel, not firebombs. Imagine this. Instead of lashing out, you hold the flame steady. Instead of letting it consume you, you let it sharpen you. Instead of becoming a destroyer, you become a creator of peace, of change, of boundaries that heal instead of harm. Terrifying? Good. Because that terror is wrath losing its grip. That stillness is you reclaiming the fire instead of being ruled by it. Throughout history, the strongest warriors were not those who struck first. They were those who could stand in the heat without being burned by it. They knew it is easy to destroy. It is harder to endure. It is hardest of all to redeem. This is the final irony. To defeat wrath, you must become the master of fire, not its servant. You must become the furnace, not the flame. You must wield your fury, not be wielded by it. Wrath wants you reactive. Wrath wants you blind. Wrath wants you burning the bridges you might one day need to cross. But you don't have to accept that. You can choose to wake up, to feel the anger, without becoming it, to hold the fire, without losing your soul in the blaze. Because the opposite of wrath is not weakness. It's discipline, it's resilience, it's true sovereign power. And that is a fire that builds instead of destroys.